All right, today we're going to dive into a technique that's really changing the game in hair restoration, the Sapphire Hair Transplant. Let's find out what makes this method, well, a cut above the rest.
This quote really hits home, doesn't it? For so many people, this is a deeply personal journey. It goes way beyond just how you look. It's about getting back that sense of self, that confidence.
So, what is this big leap forward all about? Well, the Sapphire Hair Transplant isn't just promising more natural looking results. We're talking faster healing and an incredible level of precision. And it all boils down to the tiny tool they use for the most critical part of the job.
So, what exactly is it? Well, the name pretty much gives it away. Instead of using your standard steel blades, this technique uses blades that are meticulously crafted from a single precious sapphire crystal. And that one little change in material, well, it makes all the difference in the world.
Okay, this slide lays it out perfectly. Think of it like a professional chef's knife. A standard steel blade gets the job done, sure, but a sapphire blade, that's a whole other level. It is unbelievably sharper, it's smoother, and it lets surgeons create these tiny microchannels that are cleaner and way, way more precise. So what does that actually mean for the person in the chair? Think about it. Because that sapphire blade is so sharp and smooth, it just glides into the skin with almost no friction. That means less damage to the tissue around it, which leads to way less scarring and a recovery that's just so much faster and more comfortable. Okay, so we've got the technology down, but what does this actually look like in practice? Let's walk through the whole journey, step by step, from a patient's perspective. First things first, a big question right off the bat. Is this technique the right choice for everybody? Before we get into the nuts and bolts of the procedure, it's really important to know who this is for. Generally speaking, the best candidates are people dealing with that classic pattern hair loss, and that goes for both men and women, or maybe just general thinning or a receding hairline. But, and I can't stress this enough, a hair transplant isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. You absolutely need a detailed consultation with a professional to see if this is the right path for you. The whole journey really breaks down into 3 key stages. First up is the artistry. The surgeon designs a completely custom hairline that perfectly fits your face. Next, there's the extraction, where healthy hair follicles are carefully removed from a donor area, usually the back of your head. And then for the grand finale, the moment we've been talking about, those amazing sapphire blades come in to create the tiny, perfect channels for the new hair. And this right here, this is where science meets art. See, the goal isn't just to add more hair. It's to create a look that's totally indistinguishable from the real thing. Every single graft has to be placed at the perfect angle, facing just the right direction, and with a density that looks completely natural. That's the level of detail we're talking about. So we've covered the what and the how. Now for the really important part, the why. What are the real, tangible benefits for the patient? So, at the end of the day, why would you choose this method over another one? Let's break down exactly what this advanced technique means for you. Let's run through these, because this is the good stuff. That incredible precision means you get a denser, more natural-looking hairline. Those super clean incisions mean less scarring and a healing process that's just faster and easier. But honestly, this last one might be the biggest game changer. A better graft survival rate. Because the sapphire blade creates that perfect little channel, it causes less trauma to the new hair follicle when it's placed. That is absolutely key for making sure it survives and grows, which maximizes your final results. All right, the procedure's over. You've done the hard part. Now what? Let's talk about the recovery, because knowing what to expect is super important. And here's some really great news. One of the best things about this technique is how quickly you can start feeling like yourself again. Thanks to those less invasive incisions, most people are back to their normal day-to-day activities in just a few days. Now remember, growing hair is a marathon, not a sprint. At first, and this is totally normal, so don't panic, the transplanted hairs will shed. Then, around the 3 or 4 month mark, you'll start to see new growth. By 6 months, things are really starting to happen. And then, somewhere between 9 and 12 months, you'll see the full, final result. It's a waiting game, but man, is it worth it. So, when you boil it all down, what's the big takeaway? It's simple, really. This whole technique is built on 3 pillars: precision, safety, and getting you the most natural, long-lasting results possible. And that really leaves us with this incredible, thought-provoking question. As our tools, from sapphire blades to AI-powered design, get more and more precise, it really makes you wonder, what's next? What does the future of cosmetic restoration even look like? And just how close are we to achieving results that are truly, perfectly undetectable?